Here, once again, we're seeing the same rules happen when we're talking about the feminine versus the masculine words. So we're seeing over here words that end in a consonant, like the R, and then the ones that end in an O, which are the majority, having two forms. And then on this side, we have ones that are exceptions. A word like pues ends in a Z, it's gender neutral. The ones that end in E that we saw before is a rule. And then we actually have ones that end in A. And even though they might be referring to a male, they're still going to end it in A. You'll use el or la, which both mean the, to show the gender. So el dentista is talking about a male, and la dentista is talking about a female, even though the ending doesn't change. Those are not very common though. You'll find that most of them are going to end in an O and an A. And then for ser and tener, ser is the most important verb most commonly used in the language, and tener is number 2. And like many of the common verbs, they're irregular. So you just have to memorize the conjugations. Yo soy is I am. Tu eres is you are. Él or ella es is he or she is. Now, because the verb always changes in Spanish, soy, eres, es, you often won't see the pronouns in the present tense. You can say soy by itself, and that still means I am. So most of the time, people won't use them unless they're trying to emphasize something, or it's él or ella and they're just trying to point out to make clear who they're talking about. Once the subject is established, they'll drop the él or ella and just say es. The same with tener. Tener is slightly irregular. It becomes yo tengo or tengo, I have. Tu tienes, you have. Él or ella tiene, he or she has. These are going to be the verbs that we're going to use all the time. So we need to memorize them. We're starting with only the first 3 forms so that we can talk about ourselves, we can ask questions, and we can talk about other people. You might recognize some of these already from the phrases that we learned in the key language, saying soy de Philadelphia, de donde eres, cuántos años tienes, tengo 28 años. And that's what I meant when I said that it's going to start to come together and the pieces are going to fit a little bit more. I'd like for you to go ahead and fill in the missing verbs so that you can see the difference between the yo form, the tu form, and then the él and ella form when you're either introducing yourself, asking questions, or talking about a he or she.